Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to bring you another video um about a topic that I think is important. And that is why I stopped watching tarot. And I just stopped watching recently. Um and I hadn't I would say I hadn't really been watching for that long. Um but I would say it was too long. That's what I would say to be watching tarot. So, some of the reasons that I stopped watching tarot. So, when I first started watching, I was watching sort of like entertainment, and I think it stayed that way throughout. But I started noticing, even from the beginning, some things that I didn't really care for about tarot. And the one thing is, um, one of those things I should say is, and by the way, if you would like to work with me, my information is in the description below. Feel free to reach out to me. Um, if you would like to see if we would be a good fit to work together. Um, but I'm also always excited to hear your experiences with watching tarot, or if you stopped watching, why did you stop and what did it mean to you? So, getting back to it, one of the reasons that I stopped is that I it was sort of like entertainment, like I said, but I stopped um for one thing because God already gives us the truth. Um And so, if we are really in the right place spiritually and listening to the messages that God is giving us, the guidance that God is giving us, then we know that God has already given us the answers. So I was just listening to some other people talk about stopping, they were watching tarot and they stopped. And um, one of the things is that a lot of people watch it, I think, because of love. They're looking for love, or maybe they're looking for money, success, changes to come in their lives, looking for hope, things like that. And I think they watch so they can get more hope about, okay, something good is coming in the near future. And I think for a lot of people, that's the reason why they sometimes become addicted to it, because they do, like, maybe they're not taking action, or they're not doing a lot of other things, or they're not believing a lot of other things, whatever it is, they're getting maybe a lot of inspiration, a lot of hope, that things are going to change, things are going to get better in the future from those videos. Um, so, but like I said, I already knew the truth because God was giving it to me. And so the videos were just bringing in like confirmation times, about the things that I already knew to be true. And some of those things came true, and pretty amazing things happened. But it was God who told me already. And then listening to some of those videos, watching some of the videos, it would be like something else coming, and I'll be like, whoa, that's that's pretty accurate. And that brings me to another reason why I stopped. And that was because it would mix the lies with truth. So it always felt like there would be certain points where, the reading would be very interesting. It would keep my attention because so much truth was coming out of it. And I would be thinking to myself, whoa, this is very accurate. But we also need to remember, y'all, that spirits hear us when we speak. They demons pick up on things that we say, and they can repeat those things, and they can put those things in other people to repeat, and for us, and put it on, in my belief, put it on the internet, put it in other places where we're looking, in music and things like that, and we start thinking, well, this message is echoing everywhere, and maybe this is really God speaking to me, when at times it's lies mixed in with the truth, and those messages are coming out, but it's coming out like some little bit of sideways information is coming with it. So you feel like, okay, 9 out of 10 things were accurate on that. Okay, so that's overall, that's a really good reading. And that usually was not different, I would say. That usually didn't change for me. Usually it was very accurate. And I would say, like a lot of people would say, the people that read because they're getting information from different sources, and like they light sage, and from what I understand, I don't know for sure because I've never done it and I don't know. um I haven't talked to anyone to get um their take on it either. I just heard people talk about it here and there, but they said when they light sage, they invite the spirits to come in. Now, that means that there are spirits there. We don't know who those spirits are, where they came from, what they're doing. If they're demonic spirits, we don't know what any of that stuff is, but it's important for us to remember um, that we don't know that. We don't know where those spirits are from. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know what the purpose is, and none of that stuff. So if we don't know that, we're allowing those things to have access to us, then we can expect whatever it is that we get. And so what I'm saying is, in order to cut off access to myself from anything else, I cut off the readings, because nothing except God and the Holy Spirit do I want to have access to me. So that means, again, cutting off the readings, because I don't want lies to slip through. And that's the one thing that I don't like about a lot of things. And that's why I don't listen to them. It's because people put out the truth and they put out lies weaved in. So, they can ride on the truth, and they just don't sometimes say anything about the lies that they're telling, that they're spreading. I don't like that. So a lot of the things, a lot of songs, a lot of shows, a lot of movies, a lot of things I don't want to listen to, because I don't want to hear those lies, because people are crafty, spirits, demons are crafty, but I don't want to hear that stuff, because there's lies mixed in with the truth, and I don't want to hear that. There's one reader in particular that I think her readings were very accurate, except there were lies mixed in, or there would be some kind of drama, or some kind of, they're saying, and someone else is mentioning it too, like, is this person seeing someone else? Is there a third party? Did they have other options? Were they seeing other people? Are they keeping their options open? All these things in the past, they had options. And I'm like, I don't know that to be true. If it was true, that was before anything serious with me, but it would keep coming up to the point where I was saying, I don't want to hear that, because it's bringing up the past, it's bringing up old stuff, it's bringing up whatever it was that happened before the the relationship, the partnership, the union, or whatever got to the point that it is now. But it was like rehashing old stuff. And it would, if you know a little bit about going into a history and what they call playing around in time, you could you could call up old feelings, you could stir up things, you can create experiences, situations, um, from old experiences. So, for instance, let's say you're thinking about a time when, I don't know, I'm just making some up. like when you won the lottery or something like that, or you had, this windfall of money come your way, and you're stirring up all these things and these feelings and thoughts, and all of a sudden you start winning money, and this, you get a windfall of money again. That happens, this happens. And it's similar to the thing that you were thinking about in the past. So just imagine that that could happen for better or worse. So I would rather that happen for better and something good come into my life than something bad happen, or come into my life that is bad. And so that's one reason. That's another reason. Another reason is the one of the people that used to do those readings, or that they still do the readings. I just don't watch, but they talked about how spirits were attacking their mind and things like that. And that's the thing. And I try to be careful. I try to show a lot of humility when I speak about a lot of these things, because God is protecting me, has protected me over the years from these things. But the thing is, when the person that you're listening to is going through something, if you're not careful, you'll start to wonder, is someone doing something to you? Is someone trying to do something to you? Is someone putting something on you or something like that? And you again, that's the reason why I would say, another reason why you don't want to open yourself up to different spirits and different things. It ain't worth it. One, when God has already given you the answer. Two, when God is protecting you and telling you not to get into that stuff. And three, when God is already blessing you, shielding you from things like that. So it's not good for you to get into it, because energy can be like, it can rub off on you. So it's important for you, I would say, not to get into certain energy. That's another thing, feeling um the energy of different spirits. And that's another thing. Um, you have to be careful, because when you're listening to, watching, reading certain things, um, you can pick up certain energy. Now, that energy can fall off of you just as fast as it got onto you. But the thing is, you don't want it on you in the first place, because you don't want to be at risk. You don't want that stuff, you know, possibly manipulating you or changing your energy or doing something to you that you don't need to be happening to you. And just going back a little bit to the other energy, what I thought might have been, oh, is this, this person is having this thing happen to them. Is this happening to me? And I'm saying, no, looking back, no, it wasn't. No, I got specific assignments to complete, specific seats that I was assigned, and not being in those seats meant, um, or losing sight of the goals, or the tasks or the assignments that I had to complete. Um, not doing what it is that I knew I needed to do. That was the thing that I think interfered with me, um, being blessed the way that I know that God can bless me at that time, and making the change like immediately, right away. Things changed for me in my life. And again, it's something that I thank God for, because God has continued to bless me and help me to work through so many different things. So I'm grateful. But um just I was just thinking about this topic, of the tarot readings and the reason why I stopped. But um another thing is, then you don't want to find yourself dependent on any other source of information but God, when God can give you all the information that you need, um to accomplish your goals, do what you need to do in your life. Um And I think it's important. And maybe one of the videos that I do in the very near future is focused on prayer and what we can do, because it's important for us to look at people who turn to these things. What is it that, encourages them to? It's just food for thought. But there are a lot of reasons that I turned away from watching tarot, and it's only been recently, like I said, that I stopped. And so I'll see, things pop up, not definitely not as much as they used to, but I can see um, that people who do read might be affected by a lot of different things. And now I can't say that across the board for everyone, but I could say that people who read can be affected by a lot of things that are, trying to attack them and things like that because of what they're doing. And I can't say 100% because I don't know, because I never read, I don't read tarot cards. And I'm not trying to judge anybody that does, because they bring out a lot of information. The thing is, like I said, is opening oneself up to other spirits and things like that. That's the part that I would say is dangerous. But the thing that I want to encourage people um to just, I would say, share about, because I think it would be good to be able to share. Um and again, if you're interested in um working with me, my information is in the description below. But I think the thing that's important is thinking about, why do some people turn to that? And that's a discussion that I want to have in another video. Maybe I'll get into it for a minute here. And the thing is that I feel like a lot of people don't get results in whatever it is that they're doing. So they feel like, what's the what's the thing? You know, what's the use? Or why do they keep going? Why don't they try something else and they start getting results? But the thing is, they get negative things coming their way as well. And I think that's the thing, the unfortunate thing, is that, from what I understand, when you ask for, when you ask entities for things, they want something in return. And that's a price that I think a lot of people are not willing to pay and not able to pay, because they end up losing big when that happens. And I know God has never been a God that would just devastate anyone, in my experience, take anything or anything, um, just wreck someone's life or whatever, because they said they would give God a crystal and whatever. You know what I mean? Just little petty stuff that I would say, again, if people are asking crystal, they're asking lower spirits or demons or whatever for things, and then they're losing something from their life that's major. I think that they got to be careful. But like I said, God never wrecked my life or never took anything or never, you know, devastated me or anything like that. God has always taken care of me, always given me the answers, and the answers are the truth. So I don't know what to say. But that's pretty sad for a lot of people to be devastated in that way. All right, y'all. So I will end the video for now. And like I said, I want to do more videos on this, but I think it's an interesting topic, and want to do videos on the thing with, you know, prayer, manifesting, and things like that, because I think that's great and I think it's important. All right, so I'm going to stop for now. Thank you again for joining me. Looking forward to bringing you some more videos and to hearing your experiences of manifesting. All right, y'all. Love y'all. As always, happy lightning fast manifesting. And I'm going to see y'all later. All right, bye for now.